Today is April 6th. It is 8:16 in the morning. Not really a lot has changed since last night. Although I did notice, so this morning when I did my dilation, it felt like, it didn't like hurt more, but like, I don't know, like it was like harder to push it to the back, which I thought was strange. But it may have just been like, last night I think I did my last dilation around like 9 or 9:30, and then this morning I did it maybe closer to like 7:30 or something. So that's like, what, 10 hours in between, whereas, you know, when I do it during the day, like I'll do it again around like 3 or something, so that's only like 7 or 8 hours or something. So maybe it was just because of those few extra hours that it made it like more difficult, but it kind of surprised me. And I know I was talking about going up to the blue one, which, so when I tried it yesterday during the day, everything went fine. I tried it last night and like I don't know, it like hurt like really bad. So I kind of didn't do, like it would only go in part way, which is what I had trouble with on the first dilation that I did on my own. I couldn't push the blue one the whole way back. So I don't know why it was easier the first time that I tried it at home, but then last night when I tried it at home, it like didn't work. So, but I thought like maybe I just needed to be more relaxed or something. So I don't know, but I just felt like I should say that. I know I talked about this, but I'm really excited about like the sensitivity that I'm gaining down there, even though it's just like, it's not a whole lot, but like it's really nice to just be able, like I can touch my body and like it like connects to my brain, which is like pretty cool. So it makes me like really excited for where things are gonna end up. And like it's like little things like that that kind of like they mean a lot to me, because it's like I can see the progress even if like we're not yet at the destination. Well, this has nothing to do with surgery, but last night I was trying to go to bed and I hear this dripping sound, and so I went to follow the sound and I went to my closet, and somehow, I don't know what the heck pipe is up there, but something is leaking and the paint was like peeled from the wall, but like it was just a bubble of water, and it was dripping all over my dresser, all over my clothes that were hanging, and the floor. So I grabbed a trash can and like put it under it, and I emailed my like maintenance request, and then I checked this morning and saw that I could actually call emergency maintenance, so I did that and left a message. How does that even make sense? If it's an emergency, I should not be leaving a message, but whatever. So I went back there this morning and it smells so bad because the carpet soaked up all the water. I don't even know where it's coming from, because I thought like maybe like the air conditioner upstairs like somehow got turned on and, you know, it like leaks or whatever, but I checked and it's not on, and there's no like water around here, so I don't even know like what the heck happened. But regardless, I need to get that fixed. So I'm like really irritated because I'm like, bruh, like what if they turn off the water at my house? Like, I guess I can just go to Trey's house and for a few days or whatever if I need to, but like I'd rather not, like, but fun stuff to deal with. Yeah, I think that's everything so far, so I'll check on either later today or tomorrow if there's not a whole lot going on today. Hopefully I won't be crying today, so this probably will be the last that you'll see of me today. Hello, today is April 7th. It is 8:01 in the morning. I just finished up with my first dilation of the day. Not a lot has changed, but there were a few things that I noticed that I wanted to point out. So I think I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos, but I have this giant bruise on my left side, my left hip, and my right hip. And they were like, I mean, they're still really bad. They don't hurt at all. But like, they look like they should. Like, it looks like a horse like kicked me in the side or something. like even like looking at them, I'm like, oh, like they're like really bad. But I noticed they're definitely like a little bit better. When I first had them, it was mostly like black and purple, and now it's more like red and purple. So I mean, still, like, it hasn't really shrunk in size or whatever, but it's decreasing over time. I don't know why it doesn't hurt at all. It's not numb, but it just doesn't hurt. And I also noticed this morning while I was dilating that the swelling has gone down enough that I can start to see, like, the folds and, like, the way that it would, like, be. Because like when I first had it, it was so swollen, there was really no definition with everything. It was just like the scars and then like the other stuff that's there, but like it was just a big, it looked like somebody placed these things on like a tennis ball, but now that it's like calming down, I can start to see the folds, which is like pretty cool. Other than those two things, I don't think there's a whole lot. Oh, actually, I did want to say, I don't remember if I said this yesterday, but I have a few spots that like are a little bit like raw, that like either the incision like split open a little bit or like something rubbed together wrong and like it created like a brush burn, almost like, I guess, like chafing or whatever. Which I only started noticing that yesterday, with the whole like incision reopening. That sounds kind of scary, but mine aren't that bad. It's only like a little bit. And also like that's a really common thing that patients go through, because with all the swelling, sometimes your body just like can't hold it together or whatever. But typically, like from what I've read, they kind of heal on their own. I do have an antibiotic ointment that I put on my dilator for my last dilation of the day. And so last night I put some of that antibiotic cream on like the sore parts. I know I was saying that I was trying the blue one, but since it's bigger, one of the sores that I have is like right near the like entrance, and since it's bigger, it like rubs against it as I'm trying to dilate. So I have just been keeping it at the purple one, which is what my doctor's person said, like, just do the purple one until we see you at your post-op appointment, and then we can talk. So hopefully these will be healed by then, because Monday is my appointment. But yeah, I don't know. Things are going well. I did not have any like bad things happen yesterday or hard emotions or whatever. Like everything was just good. I've honestly been feeling really good since I had that little like freak out or whatever. Peeing is much easier. Like my body's getting in the rhythm of just like doing it naturally, where I don't have to like think about it, which is pretty cool. I've still been using ice. Yeah, I think that's it. There's really not a whole lot going on, but those are like, I guess, the main things. I'm actually like really excited about being able to see the folds. It's like really interesting. I don't know. Yeah, dilation with the purple one is like really easy. I just basically shove it in there and it's good to go. I will say I can only get it up to not the very last dot, but like the second to last dot on the dilator. If you haven't seen them, I don't have them right here with me. But they have like these little dots that you're supposed to like match or meet or whatever, and I can only get it to the second to last one. I don't know if that's like normal, or that could just be because when I tried to dilate on my own for the first time, I didn't put it in far enough, and like maybe I lost a little bit of depth or something. I don't know, but I will talk to my surgeon about that on Monday. Yeah, so that's everything for today. I'll check back in probably tomorrow, or if something goes on tonight, then I will put that on. Good morning. Today is April 8th at about 8 in the morning. I just finished my first dilation of the day. Typically I've been doing the purple, which is the smallest dilator, and I've been kind of like trying on and off with the blue one, but I don't know, I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm just gonna do the blue one no matter what. So I ended up doing it. It was like, it honestly wasn't too bad. There was like a point where I get it, like maybe like halfway in where it would start to hurt. But as long as I took my time, it wasn't too bad. And there was a little bit like more blood than usual, not like a lot, but like just like when I was wiping off afterwards, like there was a little bit more, but it wasn't like dripping out or like really anything alarming. I did notice yesterday, so where my incisions are, they've scabbed over, and some of the scabs are like starting to loosen up, but that makes them kind of more susceptible to accidentally being like pulled off, like by friction, from like what I'm wearing or like whatever, like I don't even know what exactly, but like some of the scabs are like have fallen off and they're just dangling there from like hair, and like it's just like kind of uncomfortable because everything's like stinging, like either pulling the hair or like some of the scabs have been like pulled off a little bit, so it's like kind of raw underneath and stuff. So that hasn't really been fun, but I don't think it should last too long. I did put on some antibiotic cream last night on like the parts that were really raw just to help them hopefully like heal, because that was part of the reason that I hadn't been doing the blue one, was there was this like raw part like right near the entrance, and it would like hurt because the blue end's wider, so it would like hurt when I would try to do it. So I stayed with the purple one, but they're feeling a little bit better this morning. So I guess that's good, and I don't think it'll take too long. I went on Reddit because some of you had suggested about me posting like post-op pics on there, and I was like looking at other people's pictures and stuff, and I didn't realize like how quickly like the scabs and stuff fall off. Like anybody who had like a 1 month post-op or something like didn't have any more scabs and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know how long it would take, so I like that. As I said yesterday, I can start to see like the folds. It's definitely, even like from yesterday to today, like I can see more of the folds and the creases and stuff, which is pretty cool. But I do still have a lot of scabbing. The numbness is definitely down, I noticed. So I don't know if I should be sleeping like this, so maybe I'll stop. But normally how I sleep, I like to sleep on my side, and I'll put like a pillow in between my legs, just because like I don't like having my legs against each other because it's like uncomfortable, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, when I had surgery, I couldn't do this because the swelling was so big. But I noticed last night and maybe the night before, I can't remember, that I can lay on my side with like an ice pack there or whatever, and like I'm fine, and it's not hurting and it's not pinching or anything like that. So the swelling has really gone down a lot, which I'm also like really impressed with. Like it's definitely still swollen, but like I don't know, like I know it takes a long time to heal, but like I just didn't expect the big things to be changing this quickly, so I'm like kind of impressed, I guess. Pain wise, it's not too bad. I'm still taking Oxy just because like when I don't take it, it's kind of bad, but it's mostly like at this point it's mostly like the stuff that stings, not really the soreness. So I think once the scabs fall off and like everything's fine and there's no like open incisions down there, I think I won't need like the Oxy anymore. I also take Tylenol. You're not supposed to take like ibuprofen and Advil and stuff, but Tylenol's fine. They also give me a muscle relaxer, which is really nice. First off, it's like kind of just nice because it makes all of you relax, but it's also nice for like dilation and stuff. I don't know if I said this yesterday, but I have an appointment with Dr. Del Corral on Monday. So I'll be talking to him then. Hopefully he says everything's great. I don't know. It seems like from what I was seeing from like other people that have gotten this done, it seems like people move up with their dilators pretty quickly. Like, because I watched a bunch of like 1 month post-op videos, and most of them were on the green we're on the green one, which is the 3rd size, and about to go up to the orange one. So I guess probably in a few weeks I'll be bumping up to the green one, which would make sense because the purple one, honestly, like once I was able to get it in there, like after like a few days, it was like really easy. Like I didn't have to like struggle at all. So I'm assuming that's how it'll be with the blue one after a few days. It might be a little bit harder, like as the sizes get bigger, and it might take a little longer for my body to adjust. Sorry, my alarm went off. So that's why it cut out. But but yeah, everything's been going well. Mostly just bored. But yeah, that's everything. So good morning. Today is April 9th, around 9:15 in the morning. I finished my first dilation of the day. So I do have a little story from yesterday, I guess. So I was kind of panicking in the moment, but ended up talking to my doctor and it was all fine. But yesterday I just started like bleeding out of nowhere. Like it was like kind of a lot. It was like dripping and stuff. So of course I like freaked out. But I just like held a towel there for like 15 minutes and the bleeding stopped. And I sent a picture and everything to my doctor and he said that's normal. He kind of chalked it up to like dilation, because I had gone up to the blue size or whatever, but I dilated in the morning with that and the bleeding didn't happen until like maybe like 1:30 or 2 in the afternoon. So I was like, I don't know, but then I realized what happened. Remember how I said I had that raw spot on me, and I ended up putting that antibiotic cream on it. So I think like I kind of put a lot down there, and I think the antibiotic cream ended up softening some of the scabs, because I've noticed I have other scabs that are soft that the cream went on. And because they were soft, I think they kind of just peeled off like way too soon. And that's what was making me bleed, because when I looked at the picture, and I didn't realize this at first, but then once I like did some more questioning and investigating, this is like the conclusion that I came to. But like I have like not a lot of like little scabs around like the incisions, obviously. And right near like my entrance there's like no scabs, and my skin was like pink, and like so I'm pretty sure it didn't hurt. Like I didn't even realize I was bleeding. I like was sitting on my bed, there was no blood. I got up to go to the bathroom, and as soon as I sat down in the bathroom, I was like dripping blood. There's blood all over like my underwear and stuff, and I was like, what the heck? But yeah, so if you have the antibiotic cream, don't put it on scabs, because it'll make them like mushy instead of hard like they're supposed to be, and then they can risk getting ripped off too soon. So now I'm very, very raw down there. I went back to dilating with the purple one, because the blue one, I think, because it's bigger, I think that's what ripped off some of the scabs, like because it was like touching the skin or whatever where the scabs were, and it like ripped it off because it was bigger. So I'm back down to purple, but I think once the stinging goes away, I'll probably go back, I will go back up to blue. I don't know. And I think I might be like a little bruised inside or something, because I noticed this morning that it was like harder to put in, and there is like this weird like soreness that I didn't have before. So that could have been from like going up a size and like my body being like, what are you doing? But yeah, so now I'm just sticking with purple. I see Dr. Del Corral on Monday. So I'll talk to him about it then. The bleeding hasn't really been too bad since then. It's still a little bit ongoing, just because I have to dilate and like, it's like imagine like, you know, like if you slide on like a gymnasium floor and then you just like are like rubbing your like raw skin, like it's not fun. But it's also not that bad. Like it's not as bad as I would have expected, but it's not fun. So yeah, that's my little story from yesterday. I will say I really like the staff, like Dr. Del Corral's office, because I like send, like they have like the portal thing where you can send them messages through like their own like hospital thing. So I messaged a picture of like down there, and I like wrote like what happened, and then I was like still freaking out. So I had Trey call for me and like tell them what happened, and they had to like reach out to somebody or whatever. But within like probably like 5 or 10 minutes, they called back, and like he told me everything was fine and like not to worry about it and whatever because the bleeding had stopped. But I don't know, it was just so weird because like I didn't feel anything, and all of a sudden I was like dripping, and I was like, I don't know, I was just freaking out. I had no idea what happened, and I didn't understand, like I thought like maybe one of like the whole wounds just like ripped open or something. I was like freaking out, but it all ended up being fine. It was just, you know, scabs getting ripped off early. But yeah, don't use that ointment or whatever on scabbed areas, because that's what will happen. But all right, that was about it for yesterday. Probably not a whole lot going on today, but who knows? Maybe another scary incident will happen. Yeah, so peace. Hello. Today is April 10th at about 9 a.m. I just finished my first dilation of the day. So like I said in one of my previous videos, I think it was 2 days ago, I had some like weird bleeding and I didn't know what was going on, and then I realized, oh there's my ring. Then I realized that I had like somehow some of the scabs on down there had gotten off, and that's what was causing the bleeding. So since that happened, I was just using the purple dilator just because it's smaller, so it's rubbing against everything less. But I decided this morning I did the purple dilator for 20 minutes, and then I did the blue one, which definitely hurt. Like, it's not terrible, but I left the blue one in for maybe like 7 or 8 minutes, and then I'll try doing the same thing at lunch, because sometimes the blue one I can just put it in and it's fine. Other times I kind of need to like warm up to it, so I'm not really sure exactly. I guess it just depends on the day. But I'm assuming tomorrow in my post-op thing he's gonna say to move up to the blue one, so hopefully I can do that easily. Honestly, getting it in, I mean, it does hurt getting it in. Last time I did it, once I had it, I was fine, but this morning when I did it, it was like, I don't know how to explain, like, it's not like this sharp pain, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just like not a fun feeling. It's more like extreme achiness, like inside, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, I left it in there for 7 or 8 minutes. I probably, if I had to, I could have powered through for the full 20, but I just like didn't feel like it, and I didn't technically need to, so I figured 7 or 8 minutes was good enough. I have noticed that the bleeding down there is like much better. Like even like when I dilated today, like there was definitely some blood, but then like once I wiped it away, like everything was fine. I'm not really getting like extra blood or anything, so that's good. I guess there's not really a whole lot to update you on. Yesterday, I don't know what it was about yesterday. Trey went to spend the day with his girlfriend since he hadn't seen her in a little while. So I had the house to myself, which I don't know, it was kind of nice, and I just like had like candles flickering and like just kind of like laying there not really doing a whole lot, but it was nice to have like a little bit of alone time. And yesterday, like, you know how sometimes things just hit you differently, not really for any particular reason, but they just like do. So yesterday, I don't know, I was just feeling really good about where I was at. I felt like more connected to my body. I think I did make a little video that the one before this, I think I did a video yesterday, but yeah, I don't know, like it just, I felt like really good in my body, which was like interesting because like even though clearly it's still healing, it still feels more like mine than, like I never really felt like before surgery like my body was mine, or like at least that body part, like it just didn't really feel right. So it's really interesting to have a body part, even if it is like scabbed and like raw and like not like finished healing. Like it's just a whole different feeling, and like I don't know, it hit me really hard yesterday in like a really good way. So that was a nice surprise, because I thought it would take longer for me to really feel connected to my body. But I think like the swelling has gone down enough that like if I like stand in front of the mirror, like it's definitely swollen, but it looks okay. And like especially if I have like boy shorts on or like boxers or whatever, like you can't tell that it's swollen, and like it makes me feel really good. So that's nice that that's like already there. My friend Kelly stopped by yesterday for a little bit, which was nice because I haven't seen her, I don't know, in a little while. I used to go over like every weekend to do my laundry, but I haven't seen her probably in like 2 or 3 weeks. So that's nice. But yeah, I guess everything is good. Everything's working out fine. Everything's healing okay. Minus like that whole like shebang or fiasco a few days ago. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm not entirely sure, but I think what I'm gonna do from here on out is just do like maybe weekly updates, like in front of like the brick wall where like it looks a little more like professional. I don't know, or like I don't know, it just looks like better, I think. And since like there's not a whole lot that's changing it from day to day, I think doing like a weekly update will be fine. But I will be making notes, or maybe taking little videos like this to put in there. Like if something does come up that's kind of weird, I might just like have little videos like this in there, but then have the main thing be like, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Be like in front of the brick wall. So yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do from here on out. So yeah, but thank you all for watching, and like honestly, like you all have been so nice in the comments. Like I don't know, like I wasn't expecting these videos to have a whole lot of views, just because like from like, I mean, I guess this is more of an assumption, but like, you know, I don't really know a whole lot of like non-binary people who were assigned male at birth, and I know that that's probably the majority of people who watch my videos would fall in that range, or questioning that, or like whatever. But like as far as I know, I'm the only non-binary person who has gone through this surgery, because I haven't had anyone like reach out and say that like they had the surgery and were also non-binary and assigned male at birth, whatever. So I didn't know that like that many people would be interested in it. So it's actually been like really like nice to hear that like everyone's been interested in getting all that support and stuff. So I know I've already said thank you in like some of my other videos, but I just want to say thank you again. And I will see you whenever I make my weekly upload.